Chapter 1: The Gala Mishap. I'm Felix, a college kid who's spent 20 years in a sleepy town, only to be yanked into a world of chandeliers and champagne by my newly discovered biological parents. Tonight, I'm at a gala thrown by the Langston family, one of those old money dynasties that make your head spin. The point? To find a suitable match for Harvey Langston, the heir and a top-tier alpha whose presence sucks the air out of any room. Me? I'm just the awkward, true heir of the Hawthorne family, dragged here after being reclaimed from obscurity. My plan is simple: stay invisible, avoid trouble, and get out unscathed. The ballroom glitters with wealth, crystal glasses clinking, laughter too polished to be real. I'm tucked in a corner, nursing a soda, trying to blend into the wallpaper. My half-brother Elliot, the golden omega raised by the Hawthorns, is the center of attention. He's all charm, flashing dimples at every eligible bachelor, his informationos probably wafting like a siren's call. I'm a beta, thank you very much. No pheromones, no drama. I'm here because my new dad insisted, but I'm not stupid enough to think I belong in this Shark Tank. I glance at the crowd. Harvey's there, tall and sharp in a tailored suit, his dark eyes scanning the room like he's picking a target. Every omega and even some betas are buzzing around him, desperate for a scrap of his attention. I sink lower in my seat. The last thing I need is to catch his eye. I've read enough about my role in this messed-up family saga to know I'm the cannon fodder, the guy who tries to steal the spotlight and ends up humiliated. Not happening. I'm keeping my head down and my dignity intact. Felix, you're embarrassing us. My dad hisses from across the room, his glare practically burning a hole through me. He's got that. Mingle or else. Look. I sigh, adjust my too-tight tie, and shuffle toward the edge of the crowd. Fine, I'll play wallflower near the action, but I'm not diving in. I'm not here to compete with Elliot, who's currently laughing at something a tuxedoed guy said, his hand brushing the guy's arm. Subtle, bro. The chatter around Harvey is a mix of flattery and desperation. Mr. Langston, your latest acquisition was brilliant. Oh, Harvey, have you considered Paris for the summer? I roll my eyes. These people would kiss his shoes if he asked. I'm just waiting for him to pick Elliot. Everyone knows they're the perfect match, their pheromones practically made for each other. Once that happens, I'm bolting. Then it goes wrong. I'm standing there, minding my own business, when someone shoves me from behind. Hard. I stumble forward, my soda sloshing dangerously close to Harvey's pristine suit. I catch myself just in time, heart pounding, and the room goes dead silent. Every eye is on me, and I feel like a bug under a magnifying glass. Harvey's staring, his expression unreadable, and Elliot's beside him, his smile frozen, eyes narrowing. Oops, my bad. I mutter, trying to backpedal, but the crowd's already whispering. Clumsy. Someone snickers. Who let him in? Another voice chimes in. My face burns. I'm about to apologize and vanish when Elliot steps forward, all fake concern. Felix, you okay? He says, loud enough for everyone to hear. He grabs my wrist, his grip tighter than necessary. Gosh, you've got to be more careful. Not used to these events, huh? His tone's sweet, but his eyes are venomous. The crowd eats it up, murmuring about how gracious Elliot is, how I'm the uncouth outsider. Someone pushed me, I say, keeping my voice low, but it's like shouting into a void. No one believes me. Why would they? I'm the nobody who grew up in a nowhere town, while Elliot's their darling. Sure, Felix. A girl nearby scoffs. Like anyone would bother. Elliot's smile widens. Don't worry, everyone. My brother's just adjusting. Small town habits, you know? He turns to Harvey, batting his lashes. Harvey, I'm so sorry about Felix. He didn't mean to almost ruin your suit. Can you forgive him? For me? I can't help it, I roll my eyes. Big mistake. Harvey's gaze locks onto me, and it's like being pinned by a predator. I freeze, expecting him to call security or at least chew me out for disrespecting his precious omega. Instead, he steps closer, ignoring Elliot completely. The room holds its breath. You, Harvey says, his voice low and deliberate. I choose you. He's looking right at me, his eyes intense, like he's seeing something no one else can. Your scent. I like it. I blink. Then I laugh, a nervous, choke sound. What? I'm a beta. I don't have a scent. I'm practically waving a neon sign that says, Wrong guy. But Harvey doesn't budge. He leans in, close enough that I can smell his cologne, woodsy, expensive, and way too distracting. Beta or not, I know what I want, he says, a smirk tugging at his lips. And I want you. The room erupts in gasps. Elliot's face twists, his perfect mask cracking. My dad looks like he's about to have a stroke. Me? I'm stuck, my brain screaming, what the hell just happened? I try to back away, but Harvey's hand grazes my arm, firm but not forceful, and my traitor heart skips a beat. Look, man, I'm flattered, I stammer. But I'm pretty sure you meant Elliot. He's got the pheromones, the charm, the everything. I gesture vaguely at Elliot, who's glaring daggers at me. I'm just here to eat the free shrimp. Harvey's smirk grows. I don't make mistakes, Felix. He says my name like it's a challenge, and I'm suddenly aware of how close he's standing. Your sense, unique. It's mine now. I open my mouth to protest. I'm a beta, dude. I don't have a scent, but the words die when I see the look in his eyes. It's not just interest, it's hunger. My stomach flips, and not entirely in a bad way, which is the most confusing part. Elliot steps forward, trying to reclaim the spotlight. Harvey, you must be mistaken, Elliot says, his voice sugary but strained. Felix doesn't have pheromones. You probably smelled mine. We were standing so close. He tilts his head, exposing his neck, a classic Omega move. The crowd nods, like this makes perfect sense. I seize the chance. Yeah, exactly, I say, nodding like a bobblehead. Elliot's your guy. I'm just here. I try to sidestep, but Harvey's hand lands on my shoulder, stopping me cold. His touch is warm, grounding, and way too distracting. No, Harvey says, his voice cutting through the murmurs. He's still looking at me, ignoring Elliot's display. It's you. His thumb brushes my collarbone, and I swear my knees wobble. Don't run from this, Felix. You won't get far. I stare at him, my mind a chaotic mess. This isn't how it's supposed to go. I'm the background character, the guy who fades out, not the one Harvey Langston, alpha extraordinaire, claims in front of everyone. Elliot's glare could melt steel, and the crowd's whispers are getting louder. My dad's signaling me to do something, but I'm frozen, caught between panic and the weird, stupid part of me that's flattered. Can we talk about this somewhere else? I manage, my voice squeaking. Like, not in front of 100 people? Harvey chuckles, low and dangerous. Oh, we'll talk. But you're not getting out of this. He steps back, giving me just enough space to breathe, but his eyes promise he's not letting me go. Elliot's practically vibrating with rage, and I know I've just made an enemy. Great. Just what I needed. As Harvey gestures for me to follow him, I take one last look at the stunned crowd, Elliot's furious face, and my dad's conflicted expression. I'm screwed, aren't I? A beta with no business in this world, chosen by an alpha who's either delusional or playing a very dangerous game. And the worst part? Some tiny, reckless part of me wants to see where this goes. Chapter 2, Family Games. I'm still reeling from the gala disaster when my dad, with all the enthusiasm of a kid on Christmas, packs me off to the Langston estate. Apparently, Harvey's choice wasn't a fever dream. He's serious about this engagement nonsense. I'm a beta, for crying out loud, not some omega with a scent to die for. Yet here I am, suitcase in hand, standing in a marble-floored foyer that screams money. The plan? Cultivate feelings. Whatever that means. I'd rather cultivate my Netflix queue, but nobody asked me. The Langston estate is a maze of polished wood and chandeliers, the kind of place where you're afraid to touch anything. I'm ushered to a dining room where Harvey, his father Mr. Langston, and, oh joy, Elliot are already seated. Elliot's here as a guest, which is code for Mr. Langston's obvious preference for him as Harvey's match. The old man's got that stern, patrician vibe, and his disapproval of me is as subtle as a sledgehammer. Elliot, meanwhile, is all smiles, but his eyes are knives. Felix, sit, Mr. Langston says, barely glancing at me. I slide into a chair across from Harvey, who's watching me with an intensity that makes my skin prickle. Elliot's next to him, leaning just close enough to remind everyone he's the omega in the room. The table's set with enough silverware to confuse a royal, and I'm already sweating through my shirt. So, Felix, Elliot starts, his voice dripping honey. How's it feel to be the chosen one? Must be overwhelming, coming from wherever you're from. He sips his wine, the jab landing like a practice punch. The staff serving soup pretend not to hear, but I catch their smirks. Thrilling. I deadpan, stirring my soup to avoid his gaze. I'm sure I'll get used to the caviar life. Harvey's lips twitch, but he doesn't say anything, which is somehow worse. I want him to shut Elliot down, but he's just observing. Mr. Langston clears his throat. Harvey, I've invited Elliot to stay a few days. He's a fine candidate, well-raised, compatible. You should reconsider your choice. The word choice sounds like he's spitting out a bad olive, and it's aimed at me. Harvey leans back, his expression cool. I've made my decision, Dad. Felix stays. His tone's final, but his eyes flick to me, like he's daring me to bolt. I focus on my soup, wishing I could drown in it. Elliot's smile tightens. Oh, Harvey, you're so decisive. But Felix, you must feel out of your depth. I mean, a beta in an alpha's world? It's unconventional. He tilts his head, exposing his neck just enough to waft his pheromones. Subtle as a billboard. I grip my spoon. Yeah, well, I'm all about breaking stereotypes. Team Beta, represent. It's weak, but it's all I've got. Harvey's smirk grows, and I swear he's enjoying this. Mr. Langston, not so much, his frown could curdle milk. Dinner drags on, each course a fresh chance for Elliot to lob veiled insults. I'm rustic. My manners. Charming in a quaint way. I bite my tongue, knowing a comeback will only make me look petty. Harvey stays quiet, but his gaze keeps landing on me, like he's memorizing every twitch of my face. It's unnerving, and not entirely unpleasant, which is a problem. After dinner, Harvey stands. Felix, come with me. It's not a request. I glance at Elliot, who's practically vibrating with jealousy, and Mr. Langston, who looks like he's plotting my exile. I follow Harvey, because what else am I gonna do? He leads me to his company's downtown office, a sleek tower of glass and steel. We end up in his corner suite, all minimalist furniture and city views. He shuts the door, and suddenly it's just us, the air thick with something I can't name. Sit, he says, pointing to a leather couch. I perch on the edge, feeling like a kid in the principal's office. So, I start. This cultivating feelings thing. What's the deal? You know I'm a beta, right? No pheromones, no. Whatever you think you smelled. I'm trying to keep it light, but my voice wavers. Harvey sits beside me, close enough that our knees brush. My pulse jumps. I know what I want, he says, his voice low. He grabs my hand, guiding it to his chest. His heart beats steady under my palm, and damn, his shirt's doing nothing to hide the muscle underneath. Feel that? It's not lying. I swallow hard. Yeah, cool heartbeat. Very alive. I try to pull back, but he holds my hand there, his grip firm but not rough. My face is probably tomato red. Look, Harvey, alpha-beta pairings aren't exactly a thing. Your dad's right, Elliot's the better bet. Harvey's eyes narrow, but there's a glint of amusement. You think I care what my dad wants? Or Elliot? He leans closer, his breath warm against my ear. I chose you, Felix. Get used to it. I'm torn between bolting and melting. This is crazy. I mutter. You're crazy. I'm just some guy. You could have anyone, Elliot, literally any omega in that room. Why me? He tilts my chin up, forcing me to meet his gaze. Because you're real. No games, no fawning. Just you. His thumb brushes my jaw, and I'm pretty sure my brain short-circuits. And I like how you blush. Shut up. I mumble, yanking my face away, but I'm fighting a grin. He's teasing, but there's something genuine in his voice that makes my chest tight. I'm not supposed to like this. I'm supposed to stay detached, avoid the drama. But Harvey's making that really damn hard. Before I can say anything else, he pulls me against him, my back to his chest, his arms looping around me like it's the most natural thing. Relax, he murmurs. We're just getting started. His warmth is intoxicating, and for a second, I let myself lean into it, my guards slipping. Then I hear a soft cough. I jerk upright, spotting Elliot in the doorway, his face a mask of barely contained rage. He's holding a folder, probably an excuse to barge in. Sorry to interrupt, he says, his voice icy. Mr. Langston asked me to drop this off. His eyes flick to me, venomous. Didn't realize you two were so cozy. Harvey doesn't let go of me. Thanks, Elliot. Leave it on the desk. His tone's dismissive, and Elliot's jaw clenches. He sets the folder down with a deliberate thud and stalks out, but not before shooting me a look that promises trouble. I pull away from Harvey, my heart racing. He's gonna run to your dad, isn't he? Harvey shrugs, unfazed. Let him. I'm not changing my mind. He tugs me back, but I resist, standing up to put some distance between us. This is a bad idea, I say, pacing. Your dad hates me. Elliot's plotting my demise. And I'm not built for this. I'm a beta, Harvey. I don't fit in your world. He stands, closing the gap in 2 strides. You fit with me, he says, simple and sure, like it's a fact. Stop running, Felix. I'm not letting you go. I stare at him, torn between fear and something dangerously close to hope. He's trouble, and I'm already in too deep. But as he pulls me close again, I don't push him away. Not yet. Chapter 3, Midnight Clash. The guest room at the Langston estate feels like a gilded cage, all silk sheets and mahogany, but I'm not fooled. I'm still the odd man out, a beta caught in an alpha's game. After that office fiasco with Harvey's hands and Elliot's death glare, I'm on edge. Tonight, I'm taking no chances. I lock the door, double-check it, and head for a shower to wash away the day's chaos. If Harvey thinks he's waltzing in here for some late night bonding, he's got another thing coming. Hot water does little to calm my nerves. My brain's stuck on Harvey, his voice, his touch, the way he looked at me like I was the only person in the room. It's messing with me, and I hate it. I'm not supposed to want this. I'm supposed to stay clear of the drama, not dive headfirst into it. Wrapping a towel around my waist, I step out of the bathroom, ready to crash and forget everything. Then I see him. Harvey, sprawled on my bed like he owns it, dressed in loose pajama pants and a fitted tee that's doing criminal things to his silhouette. He's twirling something in his hand, and my stomach drops when I recognize it, the small bottle of lube I stashed in the nightstand. I'd bought it in a panic after his cultivating feelings speech, terrified of what an alpha like him might expect. Now, my face is on fire, and I'm pretty sure I'm glowing red. Evening, Felix, Harvey drawls, his eyes glinting with mischief. Planning something fun? He holds up the bottle, and I want to sink through the floor. Give me that. I snap, lunging for it, but he pulls it out of reach, grinning like a cat with a canary. I'm still in a towel, which makes this 10 times worse. It's not what you think. I was being practical, okay? Alphas are intense. I didn't want to, die. Harvey laughs, a low, rumbling sound that does stupid things to my pulse. Practical, huh? So you're saying you're prepared for me? He sits up, patting the bed beside him. Come here. Let's talk about your preparations. I clutch my towel tighter, staying rooted to the spot. No way. You're not turning this into a thing. I'm not desperate or anything. It's just, safety first. My voice cracks, and I curse internally. Smooth, Felix. He raises an eyebrow, tossing the bottle onto the bed. Relax, I'm not gonna pounce. Yet. His tone's teasing, but there's a heat in his gaze that makes my skin tingle. He stands, closing the distance between us, and I back up until I hit the dresser. You're cute when you're flustered. Shut up, I mutter, ducking my head. My heart's hammering, and I'm hyper-aware of how little I'm wearing. You broke into my room. That's creepy, Your room? He smirks, leaning in so his hands brace the dresser on either side of me. This is my house, Felix. No locks keeping me out. His voice is soft, dangerous, and I'm torn between shoving him away and not doing that. I swallow hard. Fine, you're the king of the castle. Can I at least get dressed before you grill me about my shopping habits? He steps back, gesturing to the bed where my pajamas are laid out, because of course he's gone through my stuff. Go ahead. I'll wait. He crosses his arms, clearly enjoying my discomfort. Muttering curses, I grab the clothes and duck into the bathroom to change, my face still burning. When I come out, he's back on the bed, looking way too comfortable. I sit as far from him as possible, which isn't far enough. Okay, what do you want? It's late, and I'm not in the mood for games. Harvey's grin fades, replaced by something softer. I want you to stop running. You've been dodging me since the gala, and I'm not blind. You think this is a mistake, don't you? I fidget with the hem of my shirt. It is a mistake. You're an alpha, Harvey. You need an omega, someone like Elliot who fits your world. I'm just, me? A beta with no scent, no status. Your dad hates me, Elliot wants me dead, and I'm pretty sure I'm gonna screw this up. He shifts closer, his knee brushing mine. You think I care about what they want? I picked you because I see you, Felix. Not some role you're supposed to play. His hand finds mine, warm and steady. And you've got a scent, whether you believe it or not. It's calming. Like home. I stare at him, my throat tight. That's the cheesiest thing I've ever heard. I say, but my voice wavers. And I'm still a beta. No pheromones, no magic alpha-omega bond. You're setting yourself up for disappointment. He chuckles, tugging me closer until I'm half in his lap. Let me worry about that. For now, just be here. With me. His fingers trace my jaw, and I'm losing the will to argue. Then, because I'm an idiot, I decide to fight fire with fire. Fine. I say, bold or stupid, I'm not sure. I slide my hands up his chest, feeling the hard planes of muscle under his shirt. If you're so into me, let's see how you handle this. I'm aiming to fluster him, but the second my fingers graze his abs, his eyes darken, and I realize I've poked a bear. Careful, Felix, he murmurs, his voice rough. You're playing with fire. Before I can backtrack, he flips us, pinning me to the bed. His lips crash against mine, hot and demanding, and my brain goes offline. I kiss back, clumsy but eager, my hands tangled in his hair. It's overwhelming, electric, and I'm drowning in it. He pulls back just as I'm gasping for air, his forehead resting against mine. You're gonna be the death of me, he mutters, but he's smiling, his breath ragged. But I meant what I said, no going too far. Not yet. I blink dazed. Wait, you're serious? You're not gonna. I gesture vaguely, still catching my breath. He laughs, rolling off me but keeping an arm around my waist. Not until you're ready, he says, his voice softer now. I want you, Felix, but I'm not an animal. He brushes a stray hair from my face, and my heart does a traitor flip. I'm about to say something snarky when I catch a shadow at the door. Elliot, of course, lurking like a villain in a bad movie. His face is a storm of rage and disbelief, and I know he's misread everything. Before I can say anything, he's gone, probably racing to tattle to Mr. Langston. Great, I groan, sitting up. Your dad's gonna have me shipped to Siberia by morning. Harvey pulls me back down, unfazed. Let him try. You're mine, Felix. He'll have to get through me first. His arm tightens around me, and for once, I don't argue. I'm in way over my head, but as I drift off against his warmth, I'm not sure I care. Chapter 4, Shattered Trust. Morning light filters through the guest room curtains, but I'm already awake, my mind a tangle of Harvey's kisses and Elliot's venomous glare from last night. I'm still in bed, Harvey's arms slung over me, his steady breathing a contrast to my racing thoughts. I should be freaking out, Elliot's probably spinning a tale from Mr. Langston right now, painting me as some scheming beta, but Harvey's warmth is grounding, and I let myself linger in it for a moment. Then my phone buzzes, shattering the calm. It's a text from my dad, come home. We need to talk. My stomach twists. This can't be good. I slip out of bed, careful not to wake Harvey, and get ready in record time. The Langston estate feels colder as I head downstairs, like the walls know I don't belong. Mr. Langston's waiting in his study, his expression carved from stone. Elliot's there too, perched on a chair, his eyes glinting with triumph. I brace myself, knowing I'm walking into a trap. Sit, Mr. Langston says, pointing to a leather chair. I obey, my hands clenching in my lap. He doesn't waste time. Felix, you're a liability. A beta has no place in an alpha's life, especially not my son's. He slides a tablet across the desk, and a video plays, Harvey, alone in a stark room, his fists bloodied, punching a wall. His face is twisted in pain, eyes wild, like he's fighting something inside him. My chest tightens. What's this? I ask, my voice barely above a whisper. Harvey's easy period, Mr. Langston says, his tone clipped. Without a compatible omega, he suffers. Every alpha in our family does. You're making it worse, Felix. Your presence, your lack of pheromones, it's driving him to this. He leans forward, his gaze piercing. If you care about him, you'll leave. Let him have Elliot, someone who can help him. Elliot chimes in, his voice soft but venomous. You saw it, Felix. He's in pain because of you. Do the right thing. His concern is so fake I could choke on it, but the video's real, and it's gutting me. Harvey, hurting like that? Because of me? I shake my head, trying to clear the fog. This doesn't make sense. He said he's fine, that he wants me. But doubt creeps in, cold and heavy. I'm a beta. I can't ease an alpha's easy period. The video loops, Harvey's anguish burned into my brain. Mr. Langston's voice hardens. You're naive if you think love fixes this. He'll resent you when the pain becomes unbearable. Spare him that. Spare yourself. He slides an envelope across the desk. Cash, a plane ticket. Go. Now. I stare at the envelope, my throat tight. I want to fight, to tell him he's wrong, but the image of Harvey's bloodied hand stops me. I can't be the reason he's breaking. I take the envelope, my hands shaking, and stand. Elliot's smirk is barely hidden, but I don't look at him. Tell Harvey, tell him I'm sorry. I mutter, and I'm out the door before I can change my mind. I don't go home. I can't face my dad's disappointment or Elliot's gloating. Instead, I rent a cramped apartment near campus, using the cash to cover the first month. Days blur into weeks, classes, study groups, late-night coffee runs. I throw myself into routine, trying to erase Harvey, but he's everywhere, in the cologne of a passerby, in the quiet moments when I'm alone. My heart aches, but I tell myself it's for the best. He's better off with Elliot, with someone who fits. Then, one rainy evening, I'm trudging back to my apartment when I spot him. Harvey, leaning against my door, soaked but unyielding, his face a mix of fury and something softer. My heart lurches, and I consider bolting, but he's already seen me. Felix, he says, his voice rough. You've got some explaining to do. I fumble with my keys, avoiding his eyes. How'd you find me? Stupid question, but it buys me a second to brace myself. Doesn't matter, he says, stepping closer. What matters is why you ran. No note, no call. Just gone. His voice cracks, and I realize he's not just angry, he's hurt. I unlock the door, gesturing for him to follow, because standing in the rain feels too dramatic. Inside, my tiny apartment feels even smaller with Harvey's presence. He doesn't sit, just stands there, dripping and glaring. Talk, he says. Now. I sigh, running a hand through my hair. Your dad showed me a video. You in pain, because of your easy period. He said I'm making it worse, that a beta can help you. I didn't want to hurt you, Harvey. My voice breaks, and I hate how weak I sound. Harvey's jaw tightens. And you believed him? Without asking me? He steps closer, his hands clenched. That video's old, Felix. From years ago, before I found a treatment. My dad's been holding on to it, waiting for a chance to control me. He laughs bitter. He lied to you, and you bought it. I blink, the words sinking in. Treatment? You're okay? Relief floods me, but it's chased by guilt. I should have talked to him, not run like a coward. Yeah, I'm okay, he says softer now. Or I was, until you vanished. Do you know what it was like coming back from a trip to find you gone? My dad said you left because you didn't want me. I didn't believe him, but then I found your note. He pulls a crumpled paper from his pocket, my scrawled apology. This broke me. I wince, my eyes stinging. I thought I was doing the right thing. I'm a beta, Harvey. I can't give you what an omega can. I thought you'd be happier with Elliot. He grabs my shoulders, forcing me to look at him. I don't want Elliot. I want you. Beta, omega, I don't care. You're the one I need. His voice is fierce, his eyes burning, and I'm crumbling under the weight of it. I'm sorry, I whisper, my hands gripping his wet jacket. I should have trusted you. I was scared. He pulls me into his arms, soaking my shirt, but I don't care. No more running, he murmurs against my hair. You try it again, I'll chain you to my side. It's half a joke, but his grip says he means it. I laugh, shaky. Noted. But your dad's not gonna let this go. And Elliot's probably planning my funeral. Let them try, Harvey says, his voice steel. You're mine, Felix. They'll have to deal with it. He kisses me, hard and desperate, and I kiss back, pouring all my guilt and hope into it. We're not fixed, not yet, but as he holds me, I believe we might be. Chapter 5, Standing Ground. The air in the Langston family's boardroom is thick with tension, like a storm about to break. I'm seated beside Harvey, my hands clasped tightly under the table to hide their trembling. Across from us, Mr. Langston presides like a judge, his stern gaze fixed on me as if I'm the accused. Elliot's there too, poised and polished, but his eyes betray a flicker of unease. The room's all dark wood and leather, a fitting stage for the showdown I've been dreading. Harvey's hand brushes mine under the table, a silent anchor, and I cling to that warmth as the meeting begins. Mr. Langston doesn't bother with pleasantries. "Harvey, this engagement is a mistake," he says, his voice clipped. "Felix is unsuitable. A beta cannot fulfill an alpha's needs, nor uphold our family's legacy. I've arranged for Elliot to step in, as he should have from the start." He gestures to Elliot, who offers a demure smile, but I catch the glint of triumph in his eyes. I bite my tongue, my stomach churning. I want to disappear, but Harvey's grip tightens, grounding me. "I've made my choice," he says, his tone calm but unyielding. "Felix is my partner. This discussion is over." Mr. Langston's jaw tightens. "You're throwing away your future for a whim. Elliot is compatible, raised in our world. Felix is—" he pauses, his lip curling. "An outsider. He'll drag you down." Elliot leans forward, his voice soft but calculated. "Harvey, I only want what's best for you. Felix doesn't understand our ways. He's already caused you pain. Look at how he left you. Can you trust him?" His words are a knife, twisting in my guilt from running away. I flinch, and Elliot's smile widens, sensing weakness. I'm about to shrink into my chair when Harvey's hand squeezes mine again, a quiet signal to stay strong. He leans forward, his eyes locked on Elliot. "Trust? Let's talk about that. Felix left because you and my father manipulated him with a fake video. You preyed on his doubts, and you're still trying to drive a wedge between us." His voice is low, dangerous, and the room feels smaller under its weight. Elliot's composure falters. "That's absurd," he says, but his voice wavers. "I was trying to help you, Harvey. Felix is the one who ran, not me." I can't stay silent anymore. My fear burns into something hotter, and I find my voice. "Help? You lied, Elliot. You and Mr. Langston showed me a video of Harvey suffering, said I was the cause. You wanted me gone so you could swoop in." I turn to Mr. Langston, my heart pounding. "I'm not your pawn, and I'm done letting you play me." The room goes quiet, the weight of my words hanging heavy. Mr. Langston's eyes narrow, but there's a flicker of surprise, like he didn't expect me to fight back. Elliot's face flushes, his mask cracking. "You're delusional," he snaps. "You're a nobody, Felix. You think you can just waltz into this family? You're nothing. Enough." Harvey's voice cuts through, sharp and final. He stands, pulling me up with him, his arm a protective shield around my shoulders. "Elliot, you're done here. You've schemed, lied, and manipulated, and I'm not playing your games. Felix is my choice, and if you can't accept that, you're welcome to leave." Mr. Langston rises, his face a storm. "You'd defy me for him? I can cut you off, Harvey. No inheritance, no company. Is he worth that?" Harvey doesn't flinch. "Yes. And you know I don't need your money, I've built my own empire. Threaten all you want, but Felix stays." His voice softens as he looks at me, his eyes warm. "He's worth everything." My throat tightens, and I'm torn between awe and terror. He's risking it all for me, a beta who's been nothing but trouble. I want to say something, but words fail me, so I just lean into him, letting his strength steady me. Elliot's voice rises, shrill with desperation. "This is insane. Harvey, you're throwing away a perfect match for him? He's using you. He's probably after your money, your status." He cuts off as Harvey steps toward him, his presence like a thundercloud. "Careful, Elliot," Harvey says, his voice low and lethal. "Accuse him again, and you'll regret it." The threat hangs heavy, and Elliot shrinks back, his bravado crumbling. Mr. Langston sighs, rubbing his temples. "This is a mistake, Harvey. But if you're set on this path, you'll face the consequences." He looks at me, his gaze cold but less certain. "And you, Felix, prove you're worth my son's loyalty. I won't make it easy." I nod, my voice steady despite my nerves. "I don't expect you to. But I'm not going anywhere. It's a promise, to him and to Harvey. I'm done running." Harvey takes my hand, leading me out of the boardroom. The door closes behind us, muffling Elliot's sputtered protests. In the hallway, I exhale, my legs shaky. That was intense, I mutter, glancing at Harvey. You really meant all that? About me being worth it? He pulls me close, his lips brushing my forehead. Every word. You're mine, Felix. No one's changing that. His warmth chases away the lingering chill, and I let myself believe him, just for a moment. Later, at dinner in the estate's dining room, it's just us, a rare quiet moment. The table's laden with food, but I'm too wired to eat much. Harvey's across from me, his usual intensity softened as he watches me pick at my plate. You were brave today, he says, his voice low. Standing up to my dad and Elliot? That took guts. I shrug, poking at a potato. Didn't feel brave. Felt like I was gonna puke. I glance up, catching his smile, and my chest warms. But thanks for backing me up. I didn't expect you to go all in like that. He leans forward, his eyes locked on mine. I told you, I'm serious about us. But I need to know you're in, too. No more doubting, no more running. His voice is gentle but firm, and I know he's thinking of my disappearance. I nod, setting down my fork. I'm in. I mean, I'm still freaked out, but I want this. You and me. I hesitate, then reach across the table, my fingers brushing his. Just, don't make me regret it, okay? He takes my hand, his grip warm and sure. Never. Then, because he's Harvey, he pulls me across the table for a quick, searing kiss, knocking over a glass in the process. I laugh against his lips, the tension melting away. As we pull apart, he starts talking about his family's genetic issue, the alpha-easy periods that plagued his father. We've got a treatment now, he says, his voice steady. I've been funding research for years. It's not perfect, but it's enough. You don't need to worry about me suffering like my dad did. I exhale, relief washing over me. So, no more fake videos? No more you're killing me guilt trips? He grins, squeezing my hand. None. Just us figuring this out. His thumb traces circles on my palm, and I'm hit with how much I want this, him, us, all of it. The moment's perfect, until I catch a glimpse of Elliot lurking near the dining room door, his face a mask of fury. He's gone before I can say anything, but the sight sends a chill down my spine. He's not done, not by a long shot. But as Harvey pulls me close, I push the fear aside. We've faced worse. We'll handle him, too. Chapter 6, Bound Together. Rain drums against the windows of my cramped apartment, a fitting backdrop for the chaos I've stumbled into. I'm pacing, phone in hand, my nerves frayed after a cryptic text from an unknown number. Check your email. You'll see who Harvey really is. I'd ignored it at first, chalking it up to Elliot's petty games, but curiosity got the better of me. The email contained photos, Harvey with an omega, their heads close, his hand on their arm. The timestamp? Last week, when he was supposedly on a business trip. My stomach lurches, but I force myself to breathe. This reeks of manipulation, and I'm not falling for it again. I text Harvey, keeping it vague. We need to talk. Now. He's at my door in under an hour, soaked from the rain, his face a mix of concern and irritation. What's wrong? He asks, stepping inside without waiting for an invitation. His presence fills the tiny space, and despite my doubts, I'm steadied by it. I thrust my phone at him, the photos glaring on the screen. Explain this. I say, my voice sharper than I intend. Because it looks like you're cozying up with someone else while I'm here playing loyal fiancé. Harvey's brow furrows as he scrolls through the images. His jaw tightens, but there's no guilt in his eyes, just anger. This is bullshit, he says, tossing the phone onto the couch. That's my cousin, Lena. We met to discuss a merger. Whoever sent this cropped out the context. Look at the background. It's a boardroom, not a bar. He pulls out his own phone, showing me the original photo, a group meeting, Lena at his side, nothing romantic about it. Relief hits me, but it's laced with frustration. Elliot, I mutter, rubbing my temples. He's behind this, isn't he? Trying to break us up again. Harvey nods, his expression dark. He's desperate. But this is low, even for him. He steps closer, his hands finding my shoulders. You didn't believe it, did you? I hesitate, and his eyes narrow. Okay, maybe for a second, I admit, wincing. But I texted you, didn't I? I'm trying to trust you, Harvey, but Elliot's got a knack for hitting my weak spots. He pulls me into his arms, his warmth chasing away the chill. You're stronger than he thinks, he murmurs. And we're ending this. Together. His voice is steel, and I nod, resolve hardening. Elliot's gone too far, and I'm done being his punching bag. We dig into the email's source, Harvey's tech contacts tracing it to a burner account linked to a PI Elliot hired. The photos were just the start. There's evidence of a staged car accident meant to frame Harvey for reckless driving, a scandal to tarnish his reputation and force me out. My blood boils. This isn't just petty, it's dangerous. We confront Elliot at the Langston estate, storming into the drawing room where he's sipping tea with Mr. Langston. Elliot's smug smile falters when he sees us, and Mr. Langston's brow creases. What's this about? He demands. Harvey tosses a folder onto the table. Printouts of the emails, payment records, and PI's confession. Your golden boy's been busy, he says, his voice icy. Hiring people to sabotage me, faking photos, planning accidents. Care to explain, Elliot? Elliot's face pales, but he tries to recover. This is ridiculous. Felix must have faked it to frame me. He's jealous, Harvey, can't you see? His voice cracks, and I almost feel sorry for him. Almost. I step forward, my voice steady. You're done, Elliot. You thought you could scare me off with cheap tricks, but I'm not running anymore. Those photos? Lame. The accident? Sloppy. You're not as clever as you think. Mr. Langston scans the documents, his expression shifting from skepticism to disgust. Elliot, he says, his voice low. Is this true? Elliot stammers, but the evidence is ironclad. He slumps, defeated, and Mr. Langston turns to me, his gaze appraising. Felix, I underestimated you, he says, almost grudgingly. You've got spine. Perhaps you're not as unfit as I thought. It's not an apology, but it's something. Harvey squeezes my hand, a silent we did it. Elliot's escorted out, his dreams of Langston glory in tatters. I should feel triumphant, but I'm just tired. Tired of fighting, of doubting, of proving myself. That night, Harvey takes me to the estate's rooftop terrace, the city lights sprawling below. He's quiet, almost nervous, which is so unlike him it throws me off. Felix, he starts, turning to face me. I've been thinking about us. About what we've been through. He pulls a small box from his pocket, and my heart stops. A ring, simple but elegant, glints in the moonlight. Marry me, he says, his voice soft but sure. Not because of my dad, or Elliot, or any of this mess. Because I want you, beta or not, for the rest of my life. I stare at him, my throat tight. Part of me wants to crack a joke, deflect the weight of this moment, but his eyes hold me, raw and earnest. You're insane, I say finally, a shaky laugh escaping. But yeah, I'm in. Let's do this. He slips the ring on my finger, kissing me fiercely, and I melt into it, the world fading away. When we pull apart, I grin. You know I'm gonna be a terrible trophy husband, right? I burn toast and trip over my own feet. He laughs, pulling me close. I'll take the burnt toast. Just don't trip at the altar. A week later, we're hosting a small engagement party in the estate's garden, fairy lights twinkling above. Friends, a few cousins, and even my dad, who's warming to Harvey, mill about, champagne in hand. Mr. Langston's there too, his approval grudging but real. I'm in a suit that actually fits, Harvey's arm around me, and for once, I feel like I belong. Speech! Someone calls, and I groan, but Harvey nudges me forward, grinning. I clear my throat, raising my glass. So I'm Felix, the guy who accidentally crashed Harvey's perfect life. I start earning laughs. I thought I was doomed to be the side character, but this guy. I gesture to Harvey, who's smirking. Decided I was worth keeping. Here's to us, and to never letting idiots like Elliot win. The crowd cheers, and Harvey pulls me into a kiss, shameless and deep, as catcalls erupt. Show off. I mutter against his lips, but I'm grinning. He winks, unrepentant. Later, as we slow dance under the stars, I lean into him, my head on his chest. You sure about this? I murmur. I'm a mess, Harvey. You could still back out. He tilts my chin up, his eyes fierce. Never. You're my mess, Felix. Always. His kiss seals the promise, and I let myself believe it. The road ahead won't be easy, families like his never are, but with Harvey beside me, I'm ready for whatever comes. We're in this together, and that's enough.